just start the video. Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to my channel Climbinator 1978 or 1978, whichever way you want to pronounce it. And yes, welcome to the second episode of season 3. Today I'm going to review Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Now, I told you in my previous review, which was the Christopher Reeve Superman anthology, that this was going to be a very special review, because this film is so bad it needs its own autopsy. Okay, so where do I start? Well, because Superman 3 underperformed at the 1983 box office, there was demand for another Superman film. But the problem was the Salkinds, who were the producers, i.e. Alexander and Ilya, a father and son producing team, they had sold the rights in 1985. And in 1985, Canon Studios bought the rights to Superman. This is where Superman 4 immediately started to go downhill. Now, Christopher Reeve was initially very hesitant to sign on to do the full film. He only agreed to do it when producers allowed him to have partial say in the writing of the story. Now, Christopher Reeve, I've heard, was a very anti-nuclear warhead person. He was very pacifist, apparently. I've only heard this, so don't take my word for it. But he decided that he wanted to include this in the fourth Superman film. And I can see Superman entering, the debate on the nuclear arms race of that time, as it was very topical. And I could see Superman intervening to try and stop Earth meeting the same fate as Krypton, or a similar fate as Krypton. And on paper, that's a very good topic. The problems that the film then has, though, is that it dates the film and it skyrockets the film's budget. And Canon Studios really wasn't the studio to handle a AAA superhero blockbuster. See, the script that was written for the film actually is a lot better than the end product, and I've got proof of this, as I have the graphic novel of the film, which includes all the deleted scenes from the film included in the story. And the original running time for the film for test audiences was 2 hours 14 minutes. Now, I don't know too much about Hollywood, but one thing I do know is most films have a test run. They have test audiences, and they tend to have a little bit of footage cut from them. 5, 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes. That's normal for a film. When it's about 40 minutes cut from the film, that's a clear warning sign that the film's going to be bad, because it leads to plot holes and lack of characterization. That's what Superman 4 is peppered with, and it was also because of the budget of the film being slashed in half from 34 million down to 17 million, that the special effects that are used in Superman 4, they actually look beyond 10 years out of date for the time the film was released. They look more out of date than the original Superman film, which still, Superman the movie still holds up well today. Superman 4 didn't hold up well for the time it was released in 1987. You may have noticed something about this review already. I haven't even started on the plot. Anyway, the budget of the film was so tight that there's only one flying position of both Superman and Nuclear Man, the main nemesis of the film, as they fly towards the camera. And with Superman, alright, you get in each film except number 4, you get Superman flying towards the camera. You get about two or three, 4 different types of camera angles of Superman, you know, different type of emotions and all that. In Superman 4, you only get the one camera look, and it's used 9 times. With Nuclear Man, I think it's about 6. But they look like they come out of a 1980s arcade. Even the titles are god-awful. If you don't believe me, look it up on YouTube. But anyway, the plot is this. Superman receives a letter from a schoolboy, and the letter asks Superman to do something about the nuclear arms race, to intervene. Superman decides that he's going to rid the world of all nuclear weapons, and he addresses this in the United Nations. That's actually a good plot point, as I've stated earlier. Lex Luthor, who has just recently broken out of prison in the most ridiculous way, as I covered in my previous review, actually finds out about Superman's plan. So he comes up with his own plan, a plan to create his own super being, to keep the world on edge, but not actually pull their own war triggers. The plan is Lex Luthor is going to create Nuclear Man using Superman's DNA that he steals from a museum dedicated to Superman. I'm not going to go into specifics, but basically you get this montage of Superman taking all these missiles away from Earth and putting them in this magical net that can somehow contain all the world's missiles. And during this montage you get Lex Luthor, who is not being discreet, by the way, enter this military base. He puts a secret device that looks like a money box on the side of a missile, fires it up into space. Superman catches it but doesn't see the device, despite having X-ray vision and super hearing. He then puts the device into the net and ties the net up and throws the net into the sun, which couldn't really be a good thing after all. After all, the sun is a major reactor. But of course, the missile goes into the sun and Superman flies back down to Earth. As he does this, this little fetus comes away from the sun. The fetus immediately grows into a man. Now, the thing is, when the fetus changes into a man, it's supposed to be a clone of Superman. He looks nothing like Superman, as he's got an orange and black costume, a ridiculous tan,